force out. So, feet on the floor.
Now what is this?
This is replacing the bicipital tendon into the intertubercular sulcus of the humerus. There are two huge knobs either side of that tendon that prevent it from slipping out one way or the other. What tends to happen is that when someone is carrying something heavy and the arm rolls in, it dumps the tendon out of here. It tears loose, and then the tendon, instead of being up here, is here. Now, symptoms. The symptoms of this are very, very specific. You can't comb your hair, and you can't put your wallet in your back pocket.
Or you hook your bra.
Or hook your bra.
Wipe your butt.
Yeah, wipe your butt. Exactly.
That explains a
Those,
lot.
that explains a lot, right? Okay,
TMI.
They complain. The guys come in and say, I have to have my wife wipe my butt, and believe me, that is a big one for the guys.
yeah.
It'd be a big one for the wives.
They
And
don't-
once
The wives never tell me.
Don't diminish the
The
wives
guys
part
tell
of
me.
it. Yeah.
And once this goes out, that's it. It doesn't go back in. Okay? And the medical model for dealing with this is to do a major surgery and staple that puppy back in the groove, which means that you have lost range of motion from the staples.
So they pin it here, and so that it doesn't have to no longer go all the way up in. It might. They can pin it in. Sometimes it ruptures up here, and they just pin it down there.
Yeah.
And you lose some strength, but not much. It's not such a bad option.
It's not such a bad option. But there's a better way. You can put it back in the groove. And the one time I did this with a doctor involved, the lady had been carrying a big bag of groceries because her shopping cart broke, and her husband was in the hospital. She was juicing. She was carrying heavy, heavy, juicy things. And she had to walk home, and she kicked the bag, and it spun, and it ripped it. And she had a goose egg-sized lump on top of that tendon here where the pectoral muscle had ripped from that tendon popping loose, right? And because of the symptoms and everything, I knew what it was, and it can be god-awful painful to put back in, and she wasn't up for much pain anyway in her Rolfing. So we tried it once, and she ducked out, and I went, okay, you're not up for it. Let's find out what the doctor says. And I wrote down the thing that I thought might be the diagnosis and sent her away with the paper. And he said, sure enough, that was it. And he was willing to do this surgery. Well, she comes back and says, I'm ready. I'm ready. I want the surgery. I want it ready. And so it took me a couple times, so it popped back in. Then she went back to the doctor. I was really curious to hear what he say. He said, well, must have misdiagnosed it. It couldn't have been that. Yeah. So he wasn't willing to admit that I could have put that back in, right? Ooh. So
Wiley's is fine though.
oh yeah, Wiley doesn't have any problem. I'm going to demonstrate what you would do. I'm not going to actually do it because he doesn't need it.
Does it displace
On which side?
medial or lateral?
Usually what happens is it falls out and it displaces here. So instead of the tendon coming up this way and coming over, it comes up here. Okay, it's in here.
So it arcs this way, it's going to shorten its arc.
Yeah.
The muscles.
So, and you can feel it lying down in here instead of being up in here. You can pick it, you can go, oh, there it is, right? You know, because it's big, right? You know? So, this is a leverage technique, as I say. Now, we're going to pretend that this is the shoulder, okay? Because my right hand is stronger, and my right hand is the one that has to do the real work. The left hand is the one that controls the arm. And what you're going to do with it is you're going to get complete control of the arm at the elbow, and you're just supposed to not do anything, okay? So you try to get a hold of the arm somehow so that you can bring it. And what you then do is you would find out where this tendon would be, okay? Say I've got it, right? You know, say I've got it. Then you have to take the arm across the front of the body so you can grab that. Bring it up and around. Yeah, and you got it, right? Up and around. And when you get it to about here, can you see it's a straight line? Okay, from here down to here, that's when you pull for all you're worth, and then you pop that underneath.
Lateral. It's like you take it lateral
Yeah.
and then drop
It's
it.
like you pull it up and then you pop that underneath. It's like the way you take the arm down pushes those bones back up underneath it, and it very often goes crunch when it goes in.
Can I watch the trajectory of the arm just real quick?
So here I've got the tendon, we'll pretend. Take the arm across the body so you can get a hold of it real good. Bring it up to about here. Pull back this way and then let the arm settle up underneath. Like that. That's it.